things to get really heated up. Nobody wants to fall down to the loser side.
Not at all. And we're seeing Inkling versus Ken. Inkling versus Ken. Let's see how well this matchup goes. Wonf has been the character, has been a player that has stuck to his guns because he's constantly playing Inkling. Even though other players tell him, stuff like, what, Inkling sucks. Shout outs to Chak. The one that I can imagine that just constantly tells Wonf, like, what, Inkling just bad, right? But he just sticks to his guns, and I really have to admire him for it because he doesn't really move out of that, other than Bayonetta as well, which I've seen. Which I was in the first row once where he invaded Chihuahua and he just took that tournament by storm.
Well, Chak has been playing for quite some time. Character he picks up, character he does great with, so it's no wonder to me that he is one of those guys who also can kind of analyze a character and say, you know what, I don't think this guy has a sauce. I think we really need to rethink who we're calling the best in the game at this point, but it is what it is. And Inkling, though, for one, has been looking good some days, has had its bad times as well. And for Saosin to get this first game, I think it's a statement. Like you said, sometimes it's not about just winning, it's about making a statement, and now he is catching one in the air as well. He can't even back out safely. Oh,
right there, getting hit with the booyah. But I really have to make so the fact that Saosin was able to get the first blood of this set. He was able to get it with the up air into the tip of the Shoryuken. So I have to admit that Saosin got the sauce, got the Saosin right there. I really like the fact that how he's playing. He's just trying to get these mini entrances in the movement that Wonf has, where he's committing a bit too much, like right there, for example. But immediately Wonf retaliates with a very good option. It's just incompletely right there. Oh, this could be it. Nope, not at all. Just hits it with the downer right there. And now he's in a ledge trap situation. Oh, the roller, but he's going to be slowed down due to this, which is one of those things that the roller ink does, and it's just very difficult to traverse against him, especially when you're not on the quicker side of the spectrum. But gets hit with the Shoryuken right there, just immediately gone, because Inkling doesn't really have isn't one of the heavier characters, and he just dies off of that.
Actually, the roller was one of those tools that really put Inkling on the map at the beginning, and now that everyone pretty much knows how to fight off against that, well, that's what really brought the downfall of the character. And Saosin seems to be one of those guys who really knows how to not mash out of it, but really just shield in time. And there you go, Wonf eating another huge punish because he rolled. The roller seems to be more of a curse than a blessing at this point, because it's doing nothing for Wonf.
Wow, impressive stuff right there. Oh, he just stood there and got hit with the up smash, but no, not quite yet enough to kill. And now we're going to be seeing, he slipped out. He slipped out of the Shoryuken. That could have been it. Unfortunate stuff. And this could be it. Yes, with the initial hitbox of the up B, just simply getting him right there. And what is going on? Just taking his time. Saosin, he understands that most of the time the patience is key in these type of matches, especially against players like Wonf, which are known to be like the greater spectrum of them. And right now I do understand why he took that breather, because Wonf is just one hit away. No, that was a Shoryuken, but the missed input right there with the Hadouken. And right now we're going to see the Tatsumaki Senpukiak just be able to get back to the stage. The down tilt and the roller. This could be it. This could be it. No, with the mashing right here. And once again, the Shoryuken does not connect to it. And this could be it. The Booyah. And he is gone. The Shoryuken failed him twice, and he lived to tell the tale. The frustration right there within his face.
Talk about curses and blessings. I was talking about the roller from Wonf's side, but also the Shoryuken from Saosin's side. You never know when that Shoryu is going to fail you big time. And if you notice, Wonf was actually playing with a lot more of a fundies-based game plan, I would call it, because getting those booyahs, those are technically the safest option that Inkling has. Those are technically the options that will bring you the safest stocks. You don't rely on the roller, you don't rely on getting shielded. You can actually shield grab and stuff and then take them into the top of the blast zone. But for as much as he was committing to one thing, it really seems like the more honest character is the one with the upper hand here. And now that game one is gone, I would expect an even bigger adaptation from Wonf. So expect more booyahs coming through.
Of course, and I understood as well how good his punish game was doing. Like one run right there, for example. Oh, another one right here. What? He did not punish with anything other than his roller. That's nice to see. But yes, like you mentioned, I really do see that Wonf tends to adapt very well after the first game. So it could be a case of just a download complete. So let's see what he has in stock, because Saosin did have quite a good amount of sauce right there, and now he has a good amount of rage. And something that I've also been seeing that Wonf has been doing is the moment that Saosin tries to space himself out within the same level, like right there, for example, he will dash. And the moment that he sees a Hadouken, he commits to getting close to him so he can punish. So I really like that about what we're seeing. So right now, being a bit more on the careful side, I do have to notice something, Toon, is that Wonf is just keeping his space. If he doesn't have to approach, he won't do so as well.
True. He knows how to force his opponent to go in and commit. And like we said, if the opponent commits and does something unsafe on shield, that's a shield grab, and that's a booyah. There's also a reason why Wonf does not want to do more damage. I assume he knows the booyah percent. I really don't. I'm just assuming that this is where he can actually commit to a booyah on Ken and get the hit. But as he does, he also gets hit by that Shoryuken. And so the advantage is now on the Tampico player's side. And no! Oh, okay, I thought he was gone. He was committing to some weird stuff off stage, but he does make it back. Never mind. The command inputs.
They're difficult, man. They are difficult. I'm not gonna lie. They do take a bit more of the execution side, and sometimes it's completely understandable to fail them. But unfortunate stuff right there. Wonf being able to take that stock, and right now Saosin in the lead, even though he lost that stock right there. And I really do like to see how how we were able to see that Wonf was at one moment within the game within the lead, and now he's the one that has to approach. Now I would like to see the same side of the spectrum, but now on Saosin's side. Now that he's the one that has to like commit to to force him to do something wrong in a way. And I really like that, because right now Wonf is one mistake away from losing his stock, and that I can imagine that could be very horrifying in a way, just knowing that you do something wrong, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the price you pay for playing against characters like this one. Thankfully for Wonf, I just realized he can do the Ink charge and avoid the Hadoukens. At the very least, that's one option that he has a defensive tool against, and he can still play the offensive. Unfortunately, though, you saw how menacing that was from Saosin. He was just walking forward menacingly, and Wonf immediately walked backwards. He wants nothing to do with this Ken main. He wants him to commit, kind of like he just did, and there's the punish game coming through. Unfortunately, it's cut short, and Saosin is still with the upper hand, but this should be a stock. No, it won't be. Great DI.
Could have gone for the forward smash, but he just wasn't well positioned, so he rather go for the up smash. And while it could have been a good option as well to kill, it wasn't quite so. And now we're going to see with just a lot of pummels to maybe unstale his moves, but no throw right here, and gets punished for it right there, and gets hit with the booyah. And right here, Wonf is in a very difficult situation, because while he is in the lead, one option is all that it takes in order to cause him to lose it. And that's why he's sticking to his guns, playing a bit more on the spacing game right here, as we're seeing, going with the up air, going with the nair back air. That's already 60% that Ken has. 71 going up, but he is able to come back towards the stage, and there with the parry is able to cut this Squid's life short. As we're seeing right here, what a nice conversion back here into downer right here, trying to edge guard him completely, but no, Wonf with the tomahawk off of the ledge. What an impressive display of skill and knowledge of what he can do, and knowing that the conditioning that he has allows him to do these type of things.
Also, great match from Saosin to avoid that back throw, which could have set up an even bigger edge guard. I love how Wonf is hungry for these edge guards, but problem being here that Saosin is still alive. This should have been the game a while ago, and Saosin, every second he is alive is another second in which he could steal the game away from Wonf with one of those Shoryukens, so you can never be too careful. Wonf not even committing to those backers. He knows that the slightest positioning change can represent a huge loss, but this should be a booyah, and that's gonna be the game number 2. And these games have actually been quite long, but Wonf is now on the verge of taking the set for himself.
Right, and even though they have been, like you mentioned, on the longer side, I do understand why. Because you can't approach Ken like you approach any other character, you know? It's a bit difficult, too. You have to, like, understand that, okay, if I do go into... He chose Fist Bump! He chose the Fist Bump song, the songs from Sonic Forces. That's cute. And he's... Oh, and we see the change! We see the change on behalf of we see the change on behalf of this character right here, going from Ken to Cloud. Right now, I see Saosin. Maybe he doesn't really trust a lot more in this Ken, and he's going into Cloud. Maybe he wants a bit more on the spacing right here because he noticed that he was losing. He was losing that stock right there. I'm sorry, he was losing the stocks too fast, and Inkling was just outspacing him because of his speed.
Yes, indeed. That speed of his really represents a bad position to be on, because he can be as menacing as he wants, but he also saw Wonf just running away so many times. Cloud, of course, is not the fastest character in the game, but he has a bit more average speed, and he has a huge disjoint that he can use to approach. The thing is that Wonf also can't overcommit at times. I know that there is projectile games involved, but hey, there are two things you need to commit to here. First of all, Cloud is one of the easier characters to booyah, if I recall correctly, because this is old news from a while ago, but I remember that Inkling was a pretty easy, the Cloud was a pretty easy character to do booyahs on.
Yes, him and Ridley were the two notable ones, because Ridley had that just enormous window to kill, and just big too much. So right here, I do understand why he went Cloud, but of course Wonf knows this because he has a lot of characters as well. He has a lot of Clouds over there in Monterrey, and he's also seen like within his fellow Inkling members such as Bedgar that he knows how to play against Cloud. He knows how to do so. So I really like it. Well, right here with the cross does just... anybody wants some chopped up squid, because that stock is gone right here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're seeing right now that the roller, that even though Wonf is in the lead, Saosin is still not out of this. So I really do like to see how both of these players are committing to what they're seeing. And I've also liked to see that Saosin isn't really committing too much to an edge guard. So I really like that.
True. I would love to see Saosin go a bit further as well, but hey, at least with this limit, he would have a chance to commit to something a bit hungrier. But it seems like he is trying to play it safe too. He knows, yeah, this is what I was talking to you about. The booyah side of things is still something you have to be really extra careful of. But it seems like Wonf is not trying to catch him from that front. He is playing, again, a much more fundamental heavy game. And I like to see that. It's not very common. Oh my god, did you just see that? I was talking about fundamentals, but this is just a slight push, and that's the stock from Saosin.
Of course, and I really like to see that Saosin just right here on his last stock, and within the winner's side as well. So we're going to be possibly seeing Saosin go towards the loser side right here, ladies and gentlemen, where he will be facing off against Martian. So this could be a Shoto matchup right here. Oh no, he's not making it back. He is Cloud, Strife, and Wonf with the impressive spike right there. Very well done. This is a 3-0.
That was a speed run, especially on this last game, because the first two were actually quite long. They were like 5 minutes each, and now Wonf just gets the double spike. Goodbye, Saosin. This is this is the first time a Tampico player has... Well, no, there was a team kill earlier on, never mind. But still, usually Tampico wins the set. And now this is the first time they don't. But still, Saosin is still alive. He is now on the loser side of things. He's gonna play the qualifier for top 8 against Martians, like you said. And it's going to be an extra complicated